New Orleans at Carolina. Carolina's a 7-point home underdog. Listen.
Saints or nothing. I mean,
It. Thank God you said that.
well,
Like,
honestly, me and Matt Mitch were joking last week, Chad. I told him I've just been putting the Panthers in my contest just since that whatever it was. I think it was the Bengals game. It was my last time I gave the Carolina Panthers a chance, and they got rolled in that Bengals game. And I literally gone to the viewpoint of this guy who just keeps just
yeah, I
DMing
know.
me the record, and I just keep saying to myself, he's right. This is the worst team in my lifetime I can remember. Honestly, I think this team is worse than the 0-16 Lions team from years ago. Like that team at least covered with Dan Orlovsky because they were undervalued in the market and they would just lose these funky, weird games, end of the games, right? It was just really about a bad team with bad coaching that was unlucky. This is not an unlucky team in the Panthers. This is simply a bad team with bad coaching that have had horrible injury luck. That was the only thing I think they've had is really bad injury luck. Like their best defenders have gotten hurt. They've had injuries to the offensive line. I mean, last week they are basically down to their 3 and 4 receiver, which is already a team that their 1 and 2s aren't 1 and 2. So it's just all bad for Carolina. And Chad knows how hard this is for me to do because I love home divisional dogs. I love them, but this ain't one of them. Like this is not the time to take this Panthers team, especially with Derek Carr coming back. So um, a game I might force in. There's other favorites I do like more than this, but if this is 6.5 in contest, how do we not take it? Who are this Panthers team to be catching this low of a number? Like again, I think the books they've adjusted this year, right? Where okay, maybe the Broncos, 4 years ago should have been +10 against this Ravens team. This Panthers team, this should be like a 13 spread. They've not adjusted at all this season to this team. Like every week, I keep thinking we're going to see some huge, massive spread. Even last week, I think they opened at 9 against the Broncos. Then once all the injury news came out, Andy Dalton getting hurt and everything like that, it moved up to 11.5. And for some reason, my stupid fucking brain, I was like, oh, well, now the value's gone. I liked it at 9.5. Now I don't like it 11.5. As if that matters with this team. I think they lost by whatever it was, 14. They're just terrible in every way. So I like it. I like New Orleans now with Derek Carr back just because I think this is a spark this team needs after such dreadful QB play. Like you could just see this getting this team back around, and this is the perfect game for them to get right. I mean, they put up 50 points the first time they played against each other. Obviously, this is not the same team, right? They've had major injuries to the Saints team, but at the same time, same with the Panthers, they've only gotten much worse since that week 1. So, yeah, it's rare for me to take a huge favorite on the road in a divisional game like this, but that's how bad this Panthers team is right now.
Home division dogs this year, by the way, 6-10-1. Last 2 seasons since the beginning of 2023, 41% against the spread. So not terrible to take a road division favorite. Andy Dalton's status still to be determined. Derek Carr, like you said, will be back. Enough said about this game. Like
Yeah.
we're not going to get crazy.